Hey guys, Sportshot here, and today we're going to be getting into some of my settings and why they will kind of help you and what they kind of do. Anyway, before we get into that, I got a new mod here. The gun sounds are really messed up, but other than that, it shot my frame rate into the sky, and for some reason it just makes me better at the game, even with the worst weapon sounds. So I'm going to be showing those mods to you, but before we get into all that, you guys should definitely subscribe, hit that bell notification, and definitely like the video so we can get better on the search results and get this information out to as many people as possible. Anyway, that's going to be about it. Let's just get into it. So the first thing that I'm going to be going over here is my crosshair. And with the crosshair, you can see that it is static and it is a bright color that contrasts with every other color that you can naturally find in the game. And I kind of just have it as a image here. If we can go down to it right here. So I just have it as an image, and all my settings will be in the description down below. And I have it as always show, so when I aim in, it will still be there so I can aim with it. And as you can see with my weapon, a lot of people have been commenting recently, how do I get it so far out? I already made a settings video on it and the update video, but I'll kind of show it here again. So what you want to do is you want to go to settings, and I just died there, but you want to go down to view model, and then you can turn your weapon FOV all the way up, and that will force your weapon out a lot more. So if we go back down to that, you can see that if you look over here, it will pull it in closer. So like if I have it at 60, it'll be really close to my screen, which looks really weird and takes up a lot of your kind of screen area, so you can't really see where the enemies are that much, and it can be kind of like in the way, I guess, like distracting. So I put that all the way up, and then my Z offset, it's basically the same thing but in the 3D landscape, so I just kind of put that all the way up. And then leaning and bobbing, I just kind of have those at some moderate settings, like medium low, so that I still do get a little bit of movement, but the movement that I get isn't really distracting and it's not all over the place. I just like having a little bit of movement because it makes the game feel a lot more natural, and I don't know, I just like having it on. And one of my other settings here is my sniper scope. I've had a lot of people kind of asking me for and about. So with the scope, I have it as an image here. It's pretty simple. It's just 3 lines with a little bit of markers, and it's the FaZe Clan scope. I kind of like it just because of how simple and I guess small it is. And to kind of like equip it, all you have to do is put it in, or put the link into your scope image and then turn scope borders off. But I'll have all of my Krunker settings, so if you want you can just copy and paste them into the import button, which you can do just by going here, import, and then paste the text that is in the description. And although it does come down to how decent your computer really is in the first place, a lot of people have been asking me how high my FPS is, or how I get such high FPS. Most of my settings here kind of like make it easier. I put my resolution somewhere in between 1 and 2, depending on whatever else I'm doing in the background. I'll turn it down if I'm processing something in the background, because obviously it's gonna take a lot of, I guess, processing power away from the game. And then I don't have low spec on, although if you do have a not good computer, you can turn that on and it will make you not have to render as much stuff. And then you can also, if you want, turn on a frame cap, but that will only cap your FPS out. I don't have shadows or ambient shading on because they just kind of reduce FPS a little bit. Although I do keep bullet trails on, because then you can see where a sniper shot is coming from. Muzzle flash, I don't know why I have that on, it doesn't even show because I skip so many frames. And then sniper flap on, I just have it on because some sight mods for the sniper will have the sniper flap be the sight instead of the actual scope itself. And another thing here is I put on unlimited FPS, so it doesn't just kind of stay at where my monitor can show. So because for some reason the more FPS you have in this game, it'll read that and it'll do something with your movement. I don't even know what it does, but it just makes you turn a lot quicker for absolutely no reason. And then just some other stuff that I have here. My UI scale is down to about 0.7. I would turn that down a little bit more. Actually, I'm going to keep that down a little bit more. I like it there. And then my damage scale, I keep that down, although I do keep my damage on so I can see how much damage I do to people, although it is really unreliable. Sometimes it'll just not show one shot's damage or something like that. I'm actually going to turn on show streak here. I didn't see where that was, or that it was actually a thing, but it was added in the second to last update that came out. And now you can see your kill streak, so I'm definitely going to keep that on. And then just some other stuff here. I have my speed. I'm actually going to keep that centered. For some reason that was off a little bit. And then I have my medals on. That's just whenever you get a kill, it shows what you did to get that kill and how many points you got. And I just kind of have all my informational stuff on, like chat, kill feed, deaths, street, FPS, ping, all that stuff. And yeah, my sensitivity is basically at 1, because that's where I like it, and then my field of view all the way up, just so that I can kind of see all the way around me. It does look a little bit warped if you're used to playing in a normal FOV, but you'll get used to it. And I have my lag compensation up because I do lag when I'm not plugged into Ethernet a lot, so that helps me there a lot. And then yeah, I don't really use streamer mode or challenge mode, because streamer mode will just there's no point in really using it. And then challenge mode here, there's no point in really using that, because yeah, I could be getting more KR, but it doesn't let me regenerate health, and it cuts my health in half. So if I'm using sniper, I can get one-shotted by anything. And then I don't use invert y-axis. Some people use it, I don't know how they do it, but it's just really weird. And then I obviously keep name tags to everyone, so I can see where everyone is. And then my audio, I have it at 0.3, because it gets really loud up here, because I like to have my headphones at like 30 to 40%. And yeah, I think that's about it for all of my settings. They will be in the description, so you can just kind of copy and paste them into your settings. And if you have any questions, just ask them in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.